Yeah, folks, we've got big news in the world of Pokemon Pocket. We knew the new mini set was coming soon, and now it has been officially revealed as Mythical Island. And we're going to take a look at this reveal trailer. We're going to take a look at some of the new cards in this reveal trailer, but we also have some details on this set I wanted to cover real quickly. It's coming out next week on December 17th. That might be a little earlier depending on time zones. Maybe the 16th for some folks. We'll have to get final details there. It's going to have over 80 new cards. So this is actually a pretty big mini set. It's going to have at least 5 new EX cards, 5 new trainers, some new immersive cards, and some Pokemon we haven't seen yet in Pokemon Pocket. So a lot to talk about, including some like big effects that have already been showcased as well in this video. So this is gonna be significant, and I've taken about a week and a half off Pokemon Pocket just since Thanksgiving. Basically been dealing with real life and holiday stuff, but I'm excited to come back and check out some new cards. So that said, let's go ahead and jump into this trailer because it is really nice and got some big cards to talk about. Here we go, Pokemon trading card game Pocket. Now, I don't know what Mythical Island is because I'm not a Pokemon guy, but I'm assuming it's a specific thing or place, or, you know, it seems very cool and thematic. But I know Mew, I know Mankey back there. Okay. So this is going to be one pack, by the way. It's not going to have like 3 packs for this set. So you're just going to open one pack. So that's actually pretty nice. There were probably some cards there already teased, but this is the big Mew EX. We could pause real quickly just to take a look at this, or maybe we'll just watch the trailer and then come back. I think that's better. We'll watch the trailer and then come back. There's a nice Aerodactyl EX. This is insane. We're gonna talk about that ability in particular. That's crazy. The production value on this is really cool. Looks good. Marshadow full art. Some cool stuff, man. I get to learn more Pokemon is what I'm most excited about. Like opening the packs and reading the descriptions is my favorite part. So yeah, available on Tuesday, December 17th. I think that's probably gonna be earlier depending on time zones, right? So anyway, let's roll this. There's probably some great little Easter eggs here for big Pokemon people. I mean, I know most of these Pokemon. I don't know that cat though. That's new to me, dude. Cool little cat. I'm kind of blocking part of it there. I don't know this stuff, but that's some fun new Pokemon to learn. Mythical Island. So let's take a look at these cards, right? Like we actually have some cards teased here, but these are going to be pretty hard to read. But you can see like a lot of these are more just like basics and stuff. Probably 1 diamond cards we're not going to be too excited about, but this is where it gets really juicy, right, with these new EX cards. So the Mew EX, let's maybe freeze it here. This is a pretty good view. 130 HP basic, so that's already pretty great health total on a basic. Not to mention this has a colorless attack here with genome hacking. It doesn't do damage itself, but read that text. Choose one of your opponent's active Pokemon's attacks and use it as this attack. That is kind of insane, right? Like this is a 3 energy, just like sort of just makes Ditto look stupid. You know, Ditto was already really bad, but cheaper Ditto. This could be flexed into any deck because of that colorless energy, right? Like you just toss it in anywhere. 130 health. We already saw people running like the non-EX Mewtwo in a similar sort of vein, and they didn't even care if they had the attack. They just liked a high health total. Now, admittedly, you know, this is a 2-point Pokemon as an EX instead of a 1-point Pokemon, so it may not have the same utility, but you could just see this tossed into anything because, you know, just load this up and you've got your opponent's awesome attacks. If you're playing a really heavy combo deck that's got, you know, that Charizard EX or that Mewtwo EX, you just get their ability and you often get to do it cheaper. It doesn't say like you have to have the energy necessary to achieve this attack. Like Ditto's copy anything. Choose one of your opponent's Pokemon's attacks and use it as this attack. If this Pokemon doesn't have the necessary energy to use that attack, this attack does nothing, right? So, you know, that has energy demands both from a type and from a number. Whereas with Mew EX, you know, it just works. Like it's just going to be awesome. So genome hacking seems just completely obscene to me unless I'm missing something. Also, 1 retreat cost on this. Like what is going on, dude? Like this card looks completely nuts. So, I mean, maybe it'll still have some energy condition, but that wouldn't even be that big of a punish, because like getting to 4 instead of 3, which, you know, most key attacks are going to be 4, not even that big of an ask either. So the fact that you know, 3 energy for this sort of upside is just completely insane. This card, I think, could be in like almost literally every deck. It seems kind of nuts. All right, so let's move on to Aerodactyl EX, because I also think this is just completely insane. This is stage 1 evolution. We've already got Aerodactyl. This is the EX side of things, evolving up still from Old Amber. 140 health is a nice solid spot. And this ability, Primeval Law, is just really cool. Your opponent can't play any Pokemon from their hand to evolve their active Pokemon. So potentially just shutting down evolutions as long as it's in that active spot. Now, you know, notably, this still allows them to evolve stuff onto the bench. You're not just like totally shutting down evolutions. And I will say, like, a lot of the kind of biggest evolve chains, the scariest stuff, you know, like a Charizard EX or whatever, or a Venusaur EX, those are going to be like loading up on the bench anyway, where, you know, the opponent's got some other stall Pokemon in the active slot, just buying some time while they evolve on the bench. But there are still plenty of scenarios where they're like forced to put that Pokemon into the active spot because, you know, you cleared the stall Pokemon or whatever. And then an Aerodactyl EX could just completely shut that down. Not to mention, like, this is still hitting for 80 for 2 energy, which is a pretty aggressive damage output. It's not as fast as some of the crazy things we see, like Pikachu EX, but it's still very efficient and very reliable damage output for a stage 1 Pokemon. So you could see this both like creating the pressure necessary to like give you those checks where the opponent has to kind of put their key Pokemon into the active spot because you're clearing things out so quickly. And then Primeval Law is just going to be shutting down those evolutions. That could just be an absolute win condition where they can't get to what they need, or it just takes them too long to evolve on the bench for a secondary line again, demanding so much out of those evolution chains. This is just becoming like a bit of a bully. On top of that, 1 retreat cost again. These retreat costs are insanely low on all of these. So, man, this ability just looks absolutely nuts to me. Now, I will say, you know, like, this does really reinforce kind of basic EX Pokemon in the meta. So, like, Pikachu EX doesn't evolve. Mewtwo EX doesn't evolve. Those are already a couple of the very best cards in Pokemon Pocket, obviously, arguably the 2 best cards in Pokemon Pocket, or at least 2 best deck lines right now anyway. So Aerodactyl EX isn't really doing much to stop those. They're just so reliant on basic Pokemon. I mean, Mewtwo EX does have Gardevoir on the bench, but again, that's happy to be on the bench, right? Particularly not relevant for Aerodactyl, minus some weird Sabrina stuff, but, you know, still not the best target. So does this drive us even further into a kind of basic EX meta than we already were? Is this going to kind of take a seat for a while just because the meta is pushing that way? Or will new other cards encourage Aerodactyl to be stronger if we see some other big EX stuff come along, particularly in this set, or maybe just down the road, right? Like, this could be one you bank for later. But here's yet another, you know, I think super strong basic EX sort of card. So Aerodactyl has this really cool, really limiting ability, but I do wonder if it takes off just yet, or if it's one we kind of save for later. So let's go ahead and scroll through. Like, we see here a teaser for some of these new trainer cards. Leaf. During this turn, the retreat cost, I'm assuming that's going to say of your active Pokemon, is 2 less. So it's kind of a super potion. We've got Vaporeon. I can't read this, but I did see some people on Reddit talking about these. Yeah, here. Oh, there are some images of these apparently somewhere else. Oh man, I need to go find these images. Vaporeon, as often as you like during your turn, you may move a water energy from one of your benched water Pokemon to your active Pokemon. That sounds like an insane ability. Being able to flexibly move some nice energy from the bench, like load up something on the bench safely and move it over as needed. So you've got Delmies, Daydin, Tauros. I don't know all these cards, but I'm going to find these and see if we... Oh my gosh, here's even more stuff. Blue, yeah, during your opponent's next turn, all of your Pokemon take 10 damage, negative 10 damage from attacks from your opponent's Pokemon. Okay, so a little bit of an extra tank there. Here's Marshadow, a basic with 80 HP. It's a high health total for a basic non-EX. If any of your Pokemon were knocked out by damage from an attack during your opponent's last turn, this attack does 60 more damage, base at a 40. So it's a little bit of a revenge card. That's kind of nice, dude. If you knock me out, I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna hit you for 100, basically just chilling on the bench. That's not bad. Magmar, Tauros, Morlul. Oh my god, here's even more. Oh my god, I didn't even know this screen was here. Oh, this is beautiful. A different Execute with Growth Spurt. Take grass energy from your energy zone and attach it to this Pokemon. Oh, so some even faster energy ramp for Execute, which you don't necessarily need for Executor, so that's kind of wild. Fire Blast on Magmar. Tauros with a Fighting Tackle. I do wonder if this is a higher quality on YouTube. Probably. I'm watching this off Twitter. Okay, yeah, I found YouTube instead of Twitter. This is so much easier to read. Tauros, Fighting Tackle. If your opponent's active Pokemon is a Pokemon EX, this attack does 80 more damage. That's insane. Delmies, if this Pokemon has at least 3 extra grass energy attached, this attack does 70 more damage. That's still only going to hit for 90 for 4 energy. That doesn't sound particularly compelling to me, does it? No. Yeah, so we're just getting a brief preview here. We can almost read. Is that another Pikachu over there? Can't quite read it, but there's something going on there. It says 10x. It's gonna hit for more for each of your benched Pokemon, it seems like, again. Yeah. Okay, man, a lot of interesting new cards for sure. And a very cool theme too. I don't know much about Mythical Island, but I think it looks pretty and it sounds very, very cool. Let me do a quick check to see if other cards are like collected or revealed anywhere before I close out this video. I think the only other card here I didn't get a good look at that we've seen is Dayden with Thundershock, 10 damage. Flip a coin. If heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed. I wonder if this could be a little disruption or something in a Pikachu EX deck as a lightning type basic. But yeah, man, that's exciting stuff. I'm pumped to hop in and see some new cards. Been on a little bit of a break from Pokemon Pocket, so very exciting times and some cool stuff, and potentially some very disruptive stuff as well in the meta, I'm sure. So share your thoughts on all these cards down in the comments below. Thanks so much as always for watching, and I guess I will see you around.